This is breaking news from Fox Rochester News.
Crews are on the scene tonight at the Genesee River Gorge, where a rescue operation is underway. Fire crews tell us the person was walking along the trail at Maplewood Park at about 9 o'clock tonight when they fell and got caught up in the trees. Several units are on the scene for the rescue. No word yet if the person who fell was hurt. We do have crews on the scene. We will bring you new information as soon as we get it. This week will mark 11 years since the tragedy of September 11th, 2001. Here in Rochester, people are already gathering to remember the heroes and lives lost. The Tunnel to Towers run happens every year in New York City in honor of New York firefighter Stephen Siller. Siller ran through the Brooklyn Tunnel to help his brothers at the Twin Towers, but he did not survive. Caroline Tucker was at the local race at Genesee Valley Park today with more on the stories of sacrifice.
This is the first year the Tunnel to Towers run has come to Rochester, and as we approach the anniversary of 9/11, it's an emotional run for many. As these runners pound the pavement, many are doing it with heavy hearts.
I was in an airplane that just circled over the Pentagon a few minutes before it was struck by another airplane, and I have those images in my mind that will never go away. Retired
Major General Robert Mixon can't shake the memory of September 11th, 2001. He had to give bad news to a colleague's family and has lost many other friends.
I'm going to be thinking about my friends who died that day and who have died since then.
So has race director Michelle Myers.
Two of those flags today, one Tommy Haskell, battalion chief, and the other Timmy Haskell, firefighter, New York City.
Michelle grew up with the Haskell brothers in Long Island. Both were killed when the Twin Towers fell. She got word on TV. The Rochester gym teacher had just started school at SUNY Brockport.
I finally got my mom on the phone, and as we were on the phone together, the Twin Towers started to crumble, and she just started crying and saying, Manhattan is gone. Manhattan's gone.
So Myers brought the Tunnel to Towers run to Rochester to honor those firefighters, first responders, and 9/11 victims.
See, 9/11 was a huge event in our history, and it helps to keep the memory of that going on, and it helps to support the people who are out there now fighting for us.
Just to think about the sacrifices and the lives that were lost. For me anyways, that's what I remember.
One of Rochester's finest even joined the last leg of the race.
I'm a runner, so I know that sometimes having that extra boost at the end of a race really helps you get to that finish line.
A finish.
Nice job!
It comes with a greater message.
Let's get out there and do something good for somebody else. I mean, that's what it's about.
The National Tunnel to Towers race will happen in New York City on September 30th. In Rochester, Caroline Tucker, News 8.
The money raised at today's race will go to support the Stephen Siller Foundation to help veterans, 9/11 victims' children, and other first responders. It will also help the local Warrior Salute program at CDS Monarch. Bringing you up to speed now, a 22-year-old woman is in critical condition tonight after she was shot late last night. Rochester police were called to Sherwood Avenue just before midnight. There they found a woman with a gunshot wound to the chest. She was rushed to Strong Memorial Hospital for emergency surgery. Police ask that anyone with information call the Rochester Police Department. Several fire units were needed to help contain a fire this morning at this apartment building. It started on the 3rd floor at the Susan B. Anthony Apartments on 1st Street around 10:30. Crews on the scene had to rescue at least 2 adults and 1 child. The interim fire chief told us that the fire alarm system was working properly, but several people did not leave when the alarm went off.
We tell people all the time, when you hear the alarm, you should be exiting the building. People get complacent. Oh, it happened the other day, it was burnt popcorn, they don't want to leave. Those are the kinds of things that end up creating problems for us. We get here and they're still in their apartments, and we do have a raging fire.
Tonight, the Red Cross is helping 3 adults and 5 children. Still no word on how that fire started. Well, it wasn't the best start to the season for the Buffalo Bills. They went down in a fight against the Jets this afternoon at the Meadowlands. Sports director John Kutchko was there.
It was as bad a season opener for the Bills here in the Meadowlands as it could have been. The defense, the much-hyped defense, never showed up here at MetLife Stadium. Ryan Fitzpatrick didn't either. 3 interceptions leading to many Jets points. And conversely, Mark Sanchez had one of his best games as a Jet in a long time. 3 touchdown passes, including this one here. It was a New York blowout of the Buffalo Bills, 48-28.
It hurts. It's no fun. It's awful. I mean, all of the above. But And this is a cliche, I understand that. It's one of 16. If you win enough to get in the playoffs, this was a learning experience. If you don't, then it was the start of something bad. We're not going to go around like the sky's falling. We're not going to do that.
News on the injury front. Running back Fred Jackson left the game early with a knee injury not believed to be serious at this point. More serious is the knee injury sustained by wide receiver David Nelson. We'll have updates on those injuries tomorrow and much more from the locker room later on in sports. At MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey, I'm John Kutchko.
Now, meteorologist Stacy Pengen with Rochester's most accurate forecast.
Stacy, feels like football season out there
Yeah,
today.
you know, feeling like football season, feeling like fall. Look at these high temperatures today. Only 67 degrees here in Rochester, 77 in Norfolk, Virginia. New York City only at 76 degrees. And we were battling a few little tiny spotty pop-up showers during the afternoon. And we just had one other little blip pop up in the last half hour or so. Temperatures right now, 53 degrees in Rochester. It is dropping fast. Dansville, 51 degrees. Penn at 52. So through the overnight, we expect to fall into the upper 40s, maybe a few lake effect rain showers out there. Otherwise, a clear sky. Tomorrow, another kind of cool day, stuck in the 60s, but we're going to see some more sun. Tina?
All right, Stacy, thank you. Well, today's nice weather certainly was a bonus for art lovers enjoying the annual Clothesline Festival. This is the 56th year for that festival, held at the Memorial Art Gallery this weekend. More than 400 artists from across New York State showcased their work, everything from arts and crafts to photography. All of the vendors have to be chosen to be part of the festival. We talked with one who's had a stand there for nearly 2 decades.
People come year after year and specifically looking for you, or other artists too, so that's good. It's a word of mouth and repeat business. It keeps us going.
This year featured 80 new artists. All of the proceeds raised support the Memorial Art Gallery. Coming up here on Fox, a hero's welcome for some local veterans. We were there as the latest honor flight mission returns to Rochester. And in Fox Sports Extra, we head back to MetLife Stadium for more post-game reaction as the Jets fly over the Bills. Keep it here.